Hey there, welcome to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating topic of culture and its influence on our personality. You see, personality is not just about genes, it's also shaped by the culture we grow up in. From the way we behave to the decisions we make, culture plays a significant role. But what exactly is culture? Well, it's not limited to borders or countries. Culture can be influenced by various factors, such as occupation, class, gender identity, and more. So, even if you live in a country with a particular culture, it doesn't mean you're bound by its values. Keep that in mind throughout this video. One of the spectrums that researchers have created to define cultures is the individualism-collectivism spectrum. In individualist cultures, the focus is on the individual, self-improvement, and self-reliance. Independence and personal success are highly valued in these cultures. On the other hand, collectivist cultures prioritize group harmony and interdependence. They believe that everyone benefits when they look out for one another. Now, let's talk about the approach avoidance spectrum. Humans naturally want to approach pleasurable things and avoid painful things. Our culture teaches us what to approach and what to avoid, guiding our decision-making process. For example, uncertainty avoidance is a cultural measure of how a society responds to novelty and ambiguity. Some cultures prefer stability and traditional rules, while others embrace change and diversity. High uncertainty avoidance cultures tend to be more conservative, emotional, and resistant to change. They have structured learning environments and emphasize traditional gender roles. Low uncertainty avoidance cultures, on the other hand, are more open to change, tolerate diversity, and have fewer regulations. They encourage questioning authority and have more flexible gender roles. So, where do you fit in? What were you taught to approach and avoid? How does your culture influence what you find comfortable or uncomfortable? These are essential questions to consider as we explore the complex relationship between culture and personality. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out the other videos in our personality series. And if you want to learn more about your own personality, take our free 3-in-1 personality quiz. It combines multiple quizzes into one and provides insights into your political stances, relationship style, and even your health. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. And hey, if you found this video valuable, feel free to show your appreciation by leaving a tip proportional to the value you receive. You can find the link in the description below. Music. Neanderthals, our closest extinct human relatives, roamed Eurasia from 200,000 to 30,000 years ago. They were similar in appearance to us, but with shorter and stockier bodies, angled cheekbones, prominent brow ridges, and wide noses. These physical features were perfectly adapted to survive the brutal winters of the Ice Age. Initially, Neanderthals were depicted as savage cannibals, but new evidence has surfaced that paints a different picture. Just like us, they made tools, wore clothes, controlled fire, cared for their sick, and buried their dead. They even possessed the same variant of the FOXP2 gene, essential for language. So, it's highly likely that they had the ability to speak and express themselves through art, such as cave paintings and engravings. However, despite their intelligence and adaptability, Neanderthals eventually went extinct. One popular theory is that humans played a role in their demise. Humans had more advanced tools and social systems, and they even domesticated wolves, making them far superior hunters. As the Ice Age drew to a close, competition between humans and Neanderthals for scarce resources could have pushed the latter to extinction. Other possible factors for their extinction include natural disasters, climate change, or diseases. However, a more recent theory suggests that Neanderthals didn't completely disappear. Instead, they interbred with humans during a 5,000-year period of coexistence in Eurasia. This is supported by the fact that about 1.5 to 2.6% of the DNA of individuals outside Africa is of Neanderthal origin. It is estimated that around 20% of the Neanderthal genome is still present in modern humans. Now that we know we carry Neanderthal DNA within us, it's fascinating to explore how these genes can affect our personalities. Psychologists have discovered that individuals with a higher percentage of Neanderthal genes tend to have an aversion to strangers and are more prone to nervousness and anxiety. Essentially, the more Neanderthal DNA you have, the less social you may be. So, the next time you find yourself feeling antisocial at a party, ask yourself if it's the party's fault or if you're just channeling your inner Neanderthal. Remember to subscribe to our channel for more interesting videos like this one. Music. Hey there, Max Sterling here. Welcome to another video on our channel where we dive deep into the world of personal finance, investments, and mastering the art of success. Today, we're going to talk about a topic that affects us all: habits. You see, habits are the building blocks of our daily lives. They shape our routines, our actions, and ultimately, our success. So, if you're ready to take control of your habits and transform your life, then you're in the right place. But before we jump into the juicy details, I have a question for you. Have you ever wondered how habits work? Well, my friend, today we're going to uncover the mystery behind habit formation. You might be thinking, haven't I heard this before? Well, think again. We're going to go beyond the surface level information and dive deep into the psychology of habits. Now, let's talk about the habit loop model. This model, introduced by Charles Duhigg in his book The Power of Habit, breaks down habits into three essential steps: the cue, the routine, and the reward. The cue is the trigger that tells our brain to start the habit. It can be anything from an object to a time of day or even an emotion. The routine is the actual habit itself, the behavior we perform. And finally, the reward is what our brain seeks as a result of completing the habit. But why is it called a loop? Well, it's because the reward reinforces the habit. Every time we experience a reward, our brain stores that information, and the loop becomes stronger. Eventually, we reach a point where the habit becomes automatic. We don't even have to think about it, we just do it. Now, here's where it gets interesting. If we want to overcome our addictions or replace bad habits with good ones, we need to understand our own habit loops. It's time to grab a pen and paper and start sketching out your own habit loop. Identify the cues that trigger your bad habits and the rewards you're seeking. For example, if you're addicted to smoking, the cue could be stress, and the reward could be a sense of relaxation. But here's the secret: you can't truly erase a habit. The cue and reward will always be there. However, we can change the routine. And that's the power we have. By replacing the routine with a more positive habit, we can transform our lives. So think about what new habits you can introduce to replace the old ones. Throughout this course, we'll be diving deeper into the world of habit formation and learning how to create new, positive habits that will drive us towards success. But for now, I want you to focus on understanding your own habit loops and start making the necessary changes. And that wraps up today's lesson. But remember, this course is made possible by the support of our patrons. If you find value in what we do and would like to help us continue creating free content, consider becoming a patron. The link is in the description below. So, my friend, what actions are you going to take based on what you've learned today? How will you start transforming your habits and creating a better future for yourself? I want to hear your answers in the comments below. And as always, stay tuned for our next lesson, where we'll debunk the myths surrounding habit formation. How long does it actually take to form a habit? You don't want to miss it. If you found this video valuable, consider giving a tip proportional to the value you received. The link can be found in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.